Alright everybody, today we are going to be going over the Uncrackable Royale Season 3 and live event. So, this is actually quite different from other live events, because it is actually a written story that I have here. So I wrote it down. It's written, but I have taken some cinematic screenshots, so you will be able to see those as I read it. So it is titled Election Day. That is where this is taking place. As you guys probably know, maybe some of you guys forgot or just didn't know in the first place, the current general of the Red Industry, who rule over the island basically, is General Gorus. But the general spot in the Red Industry is for election, and the only other person running against General Gorus is Mr. Veruga. So this takes place on the day of the election. A lanky figure slowly approached the microphone atop the large floating stage. His deep footsteps echoed through the microphone and out the speakers scattered across the entire island. He reached to the mic, wearing a red demonic mask. "Hello, people of Admera," he spoke softly into the microphone, his voice being heavily distorted by something in his mask. "Sure, Gorus had some good moments, but have you forgotten about these moments?" A large screen arose behind him, hovering by thrusters. He turned toward the screen and lifted his arms to the sky. "My name is Mr. Veruga." He was talking louder now. "Take a look at this." A bright image of a crumpled yellow bridge with Red Industry branded vehicles floating in the water adjacent. "Remember when Gorus did that? How about this?" An image of the shield core shone bright on the screen. His calculations were so wrong, it put the entire island at risk of annihilation. "Not only that," he began as he turned back toward the microphone and the crowd that had formed below. "The only way he had fathomed to get rid of a few pirates was completely obliterating our precious port. Does that sound like a good leader? Let me answer that for you." He raised his left hand in a fist. "No, it does not. Let me tell you what I can do for you. I will help rebuild what Gorus destroyed. I will bring this island back together. Remember before Gorus unearthed the shield core? It was so much better back then. I can bring us back." Veruga stepped back away from the microphone and dropped his hand to his side. "Still need more convincing?" he asked softly. "Here." He walked to the microphone and pressed a button on the side of the stand. The red button clicked down and doors on the bottom of the stage swung open. Through the door holes fell a slow-falling green mist, raining on all of the innocent citizens below. They all started coughing as they breathed in the ghoulish smog. After a few moments, the people stopped coughing. "Good," Veruga let out very slowly. "Now, people, let me ask you something. Who are you going to vote for?" Veruga's eyes got wide as he looked at the cheering people below. "Veruga for General!" many said. Others shouted, "General Veruga!" or "Down with Gorus!" People were throwing things in the air and cheering at the top of their lungs. "Go, people! Vote now!" Most people rushed away to get to the voting stands and staggered streets, but no one remained. General Gorus watched, terrified. His helmet protected him from whatever gas Veruga had caused everyone to inhale. He ran, but not to the voting station. Instead, he was trying to get to a building in Reactor Row where Veruga would not be able to see him. After ducking into the analytics building, Gorus had a chance to breathe and think. Is everyone actually reading into what Veruga had said, or is this some sort of trickery caused by the gas? He wondered. Hours later, Gorus heard cheering outside once again. He ducked his head out of the building to see what was going on. The crowd from before was back, and Mr. Veruga was sitting in a crisscross on the stage. "Welcome back, people," he muttered softly. "The votes are in. Let's take a look." The screen flashed on, showing two bars on a graph. One was labeled Gorus, and the other was labeled Veruga. The Veruga bar was 5 times the size of the Gorus bar. Veruga spun toward the crowd. "Yes!" Veruga yelled triumphantly and sinisterly. "I think you guys should be fully conscious for this next part." He pressed another button on the microphone stand, and white gas descended from the stage. The cheering fizzled out as the gas reached the people's lungs. Veruga pointed to the screen. "You guys see that? You know what that means? You've just put me in the most powerful position on this island." As the people came to, they still remembered everything they had done while under the control of the gas. They looked very angry. "Now that the red industry is mine, I think we're gonna need a bigger playpen." He pointed at staggered streets. "There, that shall be ours. Don't try to act out either." A smirk crept across his masked face. "Those who go against my rule will be forced to watch their entire family be killed before we painfully end them. And those who help me will be rewarded monetarily handsomely." He pushed a third button on the mic stand. "I'd recommend that you guys move." He began walking toward the end of the stage. The terrified people below scattered. General Veruga jumped off the edge of the stage. As he made his descent, the stage erupted in a fiery explosion. As Veruga stuck the landing with a roll, the burning stage plummeted towards the ground. A few citizens ran toward Veruga in attempts to stop his reign early, but their idea was quickly shut down as Veruga pulled a revolver from his boot and put a round in each of their legs before blowing the smoke from the barrel. He then pulled a walkie-talkie from his belt and into it said, "I need all Red Industry soldiers in staggered streets." So hopefully you guys enjoyed the story. As you can see, the skin I'm wearing right now is the General Veruga skin, now that he is the general of the Red Industry, and they are going to take over staggered streets. So season 4 should be coming out pretty soon. So you guys should get excited for that. Let me know what you think of this way of doing the live event. I enjoyed making it much more than making the past couple live events. I think that this was just a lot more fun for me. So, because I like writing. So, I plan to do this again in the future unless you guys really hate it. So, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you guys are now excited and hyped for Season 4. There's going to be a lot of action next season. So, thank you all so much for watching. I should come up with the catchphrase, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.